The afternoon tea has arrived with us and it looks incredible. It is a beautiful setting. It's just such a cute set. These are warm, so you guys know I love that. That is one of the best coronation chicken sandwiches I've ever had. How cute does that look? That is delicious. Good afternoon. I am in Hampshire at the moment and I'm bringing you guys an extra special afternoon tea this time because we are at the Four Seasons in Hampshire and we are going to try their afternoon tea. They have two seatings for this available. I think it's 12:30 and 2:45 if I'm not mistaken. I've booked for one person, so let's go and try it and I will let you know my thoughts at the end of it. I have big hopes for this one. It's such a beautiful hotel, so I have no doubt that their afternoon tea will be equally as beautiful. Before I head in, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Albertine. I am an afternoon tea connoisseur, self-titled that, but I absolutely love afternoon teas. I typically review them in London, but when I go out and about and I travel, I always try an afternoon tea and I post my reviews to YouTube for you guys so you can know whether or not it is worth booking. So without further ado, let's head into the Four Seasons Hampshire to try their afternoon tea. So we've just sat down for our afternoon tea. We're the first to arrive in here, so it's very quiet. I filmed some shots of what the room looks like just so you guys can see. It is a beautiful setting. It is like quintessential English countryside in here. I absolutely love it. And we've just been looking through the menu and having a look at what's included. It's £75 for the afternoon tea. It includes teas and coffees. As you guys know, you can change those around as much as you want. You can try lots of different ones throughout the afternoon tea experience. And you also actually get a glass of sparkling wine included with this price, which I think is really good because it's £75. So it's a similar price to the landmark afternoon tea I did. And I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be kind of a similar quality. So I love to see that. You get 5 different sandwiches, cucumber, egg and truffle mayo. We know that they all love to do an egg and truffle mayo sandwich at an afternoon tea at the moment. You get a cheese sandwich as well, a coronation chicken. I love a coronation chicken sandwich, and then a smoked salmon sandwich. You then get a few different sweet treats included. You get tea cakes and scones with this one. And that's basically everything included. So I will order my tea in a bit and my sparkling wine, and I'll let you know my thoughts on those when they arrive, and then I will also let you know my thoughts on every bit of the afternoon tea as we go through it. The champagne has arrived. We've gone for a rosé champagne. This looks beautiful. I'm going to try it now and I'll let you know what I think. That is delicious. It's so lovely and I just love that this is included in the price. It definitely elevates the experience and just makes it feel extra special. The tea has also just arrived and they poured it for us, which you guys know I love that sort of service. I feel like when you're paying a bit more for an afternoon tea, it's things like that that just really elevate the service and make it feel like it's worth that higher price point. I went for a jasmine green tea. As you guys know, I love a peppermint or a green tea. Jasmine is actually my favourite type of green tea and it sounded amazing on the menu, so I just had to try it. The cups are just beautiful and the teapots are also stunning as well. Let me show you it. It's just such a cute set. I think this is so pretty. So let's try the jasmine tea and see what we think. That is a beautiful floral green tea taste. I really like it. So overall, I am going to give the drinks, so the sparkling wine and the tea, 5 out of 5. I just think they're beautiful and really lovely and I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to see what we get included in the afternoon tea stand and what we think of it. The afternoon tea has arrived with us and it looks incredible. It's so beautifully laid out. You get 5 sandwiches, as I mentioned, 4 sweet treats. I think the scones and the tea cakes are going to come out sometime soon as well, so I'll show you those when they arrive. But let's get into our food review. So we have the sandwiches to start with. I always try and show you guys these things without dropping them. I always feel like they're just going to fall on the table if I lean them too far forwards. But you get 5 sandwiches. You've got a salmon one, a cucumber one. This is a pastrami beef one, coronation chicken, and I have mind blanked on what, oh, that's the egg one. at the end there. So those are the sandwiches you get. Let's try them out and see what we think. I'm going to start with the egg sandwich. As you guys know, if you've watched a few of my videos before, I love a truffle egg mayonnaise sandwich at an afternoon tea. I feel like it's always the best flavour. So let's try this one and see what we think. That is so tasty. The only bit of feedback I would have is I wish there was a little bit more of the filling, because I feel like the filling to bread ratio is a little bit off, but that's my only feedback with that. The flavour is really nice. Next, let's move on to our coronation chicken sandwich, which is in this very vibrant orange bread. Let's see what we think of this one. That is one of the best coronation chicken sandwiches I've ever had. It's so full of flavour and tasty. I love it. Third, we've got a beef pastrami sandwich. This is on like a seeded bread. So let's try this one as well and see what we think. That is really, really tasty as well. I really like that one. So far, so good on the sandwiches. Now we're moving on to my least favourite of the sandwiches at an afternoon tea. It's the cucumber sandwich. Again, as you guys have watched my reviews before, you'll know I'm just not the biggest fan of cucumber sandwiches, but I always try them so that I can let you guys know what I think. Okay, that is a good cucumber sandwich. The cucumber's really crunchy, which I like, and it's got a nice cream cheese in there as well. So overall, actually a really nice flavour, and I actually would eat all of that, which is, unlike me when I normally get an afternoon tea. It's normally the cucumber sandwiches that I'm not the biggest fan of. Final sandwich is a smoked salmon sandwich. It's got caviar on the top as well, which I think is a really nice touch. Let's try this one and see what we think. It's really tasty. I like that one as well. I think overall I'd give those sandwiches a 4 out of 5. I really like them. I'm just a little bit disappointed that there's not much filling in this one. I wish there was a bit more. And then I think they would probably be closer to a 5 out of 5 for me. But overall, really lovely, and I love that you get 5 in there as well, so you get lots of different flavours. I'm going to finish off these sandwiches now, and then once I'm finished with those, I think I'm going to move on to the sweet treats, which is not my usual order of doing these reviews, but it's just because they're here with us now and we don't have the scones yet, so I'll review the scones once they arrive, but I'll finish these off and then move on to reviewing the sweet treats for you guys. We have finished with the sandwiches. They were really, really lovely. I shared them with my friend Lauren, who's come with me to do this afternoon tea review. And now we're going to move on to the sweet treats, which we've got here, and then I'll do the scones at the end. So I'm going to start with these two. The first one is a cheesecake, and then the second one is like a little chocolate mousse, I think. And they are beautifully presented. They're also on these gold cards. They're very easy to lift off and to place on your plate. Nice and easy to kind of serve to yourself or to share with someone else. So I will get into these and let you know what I think. These are always normally my favourite part of the afternoon tea. I feel like they're normally the bit that is a standout compared to everything else. So let's start with trying this one, which is the cheesecake. I'll just hold it closer so you guys can see it a bit more clearly. It is absolutely beautiful. So let's try this and see what we think. That is delicious. So tasty. I love that. It's got kind of a citrusy taste to it, but nothing too sharp. It's just beautiful. So really, really like that one. Let's next try this chocolate square. I'll hold this a bit closer as well so you guys can see. So beautiful. Let's cut into this and see what we think. This one is a bit harder to cut into, and I feel like it's going to go everywhere. So I need to be careful because I don't want this to go flying. That is delicious. So it definitely doesn't taste too sickly or overwhelmingly chocolatey. So far, so good with these sweet treats at this afternoon tea. Moving on to the next two that are the top layer of the afternoon tea. Let's try this one first. How cute does that look? It's got like a bit of a gel on the top of it, which just looks really pretty, and I can't wait to try it and to see what it tastes like. So let's cut into this and see what we think. That is, again, delicious. It's a very light, gentle, fruity taste to it. It's just so perfectly put together, honestly. I think these might be the best sweet treats I've had at an afternoon tea, maybe ever. And that's saying a lot because I've tried quite a few around the world. But these are truly amazing. So let's move on to the last one and see what we think. This is what it looks like. Again, beautifully presented. Let's cut into it and see what it tastes like. That one was probably my least favourite of the four, but that's not to say it wasn't good. It was still delicious. I just feel like the cake is a little bit heavier than everything else and could be quite filling. But overall, I love those. I thought they were delicious, so I would give those 5 out of 5. Scones have arrived and we've got a whole new stand for them, which is very exciting, and they're just tucked in here. So we've got one fruit and one plain scone, and then you've got the lemon curd. They have a homemade jam there and a clotted cream, and then at the bottom is a lemon and poppy seed tea cake as well. So I'm very excited to get into this as part 2 of our afternoon tea. And as I mentioned before, I just love how everything has been laid out here. It's just so beautifully done. So if you are in the area, for £75, I feel like this is 100% worth the money. Let's get into our scone review. These are warm, so you guys know I love that with an afternoon tea when they bring out the scones warm. I feel like it makes all the difference. I'm going to start with the plain scone, and I'm just going to put cream and jam on that. They said that the cream and jam are refillable as well, by the way, so if you run out you can just request some more, and they are both served in these pots that actually match the teapot and the teacup that I've got as well, and I love these attention to detail bits. Again, I feel like these are the things that really make a difference when you're paying £75 per person for an afternoon tea. It makes it feel all the more luxurious. Cream first, of course. You guys know that that is always how I do my scones. I never put the jam on first. I'm a cream first girl. Here is the plain scone all loaded up with cream and jam. Let's try it and see what we think. That is delicious. So good. I absolutely love it. Let's try the fruit scone next and see what we think of this one. For the sake of trying something different, I'm going to put a little bit of lemon curd on this one just to see what the flavour is like. I typically do prefer to stick to the cream and the jam, but I like to try different things if they're offered, just so I can give you guys a full review of everything. Here it is. Let's try this and see what we think. It's so tasty. Both of those were so good. Those scones were warm. The condiments that come with them were lovely. I'm giving those 5 out of 5. I think they are just perfect. We've also got a slice of tea cake here, so I'm going to try a little bit of this and I'll let you guys know what I think of this as well. I think this is quite a nice addition, but I will say this is an afternoon tea for one. It's so much food. Lauren and I are sharing it. I think if she wasn't here, there'd be so much of this that I would have to leave or pack up and take home with me, because it's a lot of food. So let's try this tea cake and see what we think. That is really tasty as well, and I feel like it's quite a nice addition if you want something slightly different to the scones at this point in the afternoon tea. So I've tried everything now and I can give you guys my final thoughts. Overall, I think this afternoon tea is fantastic. You get so much included for the £75, including a glass of champagne, so it really is well priced and it feels very luxurious. The Four Seasons Hampshire is obviously a 5-star hotel, and you definitely feel that with this afternoon tea. So if you are looking for a little afternoon tea outside of London, it's only about a couple of hours outside of London to come here. Highly recommend coming and trying this one. It's just beautiful, and the Four Seasons itself is situated in beautiful countryside, so you could go and have your afternoon tea and then go for a nice little wander in the grounds afterwards and just have a beautiful afternoon on the weekend. So I am going to rate this overall 5 out of 5. Definitely recommend you book this one if you want a classic English countryside afternoon tea. Thanks for watching my review. I hope you guys have found it useful. If you want more afternoon tea reviews, especially in London, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because that's basically all that I post now. And I will see you guys in my next video.